Welcome to the Lara Jane Layton Show. This podcast is for you, the person who keeps putting others first. Your self-talk has held you back. You no longer need to take a second seat. Let's explore ways to overcome self-doubt. You can silence that inner bully voice and achieve your full potential. Here's your host, Lara Jane.
You've heard the saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I so disagree with that statement. Your host, Lara Jane here. Today is about words. Okay, all the episodes are about words, but it really, really sunk in. And words can make or break a day. Words, maybe, technically, they don't physically hurt you, but emotionally, they can hold us back and keep us from moving forward. If you've done any research on vibrational patterns, the words have different vibrations. Our feelings and emotions have different vibrations. And for me, I feel better when my vibrations are high. Like I feel love, I feel hope, I feel faith. Things that aren't real limiting. Then there's the ones that kind of hold you back. Hate, pain, distrust. And those words, even though they don't hurt physically, and we can try and teach our kids to pretend like they don't listen to those words. But if you're like me, those words that were said to me way back in elementary, and maybe even before that, because I can remember things my siblings said that was long before elementary school. But they haunt me, and I always wonder, like, somebody said them, they've got to be true, right? Like everything you read on the internet is true. Well, not everything that someone says to you is true. And so how do we decipher and hold on to those words that empower us and move us forward? Why do we say, oh, I wish that I would have been born in a different family? What good is that wish? If you want a different life, change it now. Pick things that you choose now and let go of the pain of the past. And I know that is not easy because I still hold on to a lot of the pain in my past, but I am getting better. And I am letting it go. And the thing that helps me the most is by changing my words. When you're trying to break a bad habit, you don't just give up on one thing. You must replace it, or you'll feel empty or lost. And it's the same with your words. You just don't no longer wish. You change it, because that desire in your life is still there. And because you're going to try and change it, you need to find the words that are going to help you move you forward for tomorrow and right now. That mindfulness, that right this moment is the best moment I am ever have. We can plan for the future, we can move, but right now is the best moment because I'm living it and I am here with you. And I want you to just really feel this, because we all feel different words. But instead of saying, oh, I wish I had different parents, we could say, I have learned from my parents how I want to be different. Sometimes without that negative example, it's hard to really embrace the positivity. And so when you can see the pieces that hold people back, You can see the things to let go of. You can feel the difference in your heart and your soul. So instead of saying, well, and I know you've already had the challenge on this, is I hate today. It's like, I am going to learn something from today. The struggles that I've had so far today are teaching me, or the joy I've felt today is teaching me how to live in my power and how to be the best me I can be. By picking the words, you can just feel a difference. You can just feel that something is different on the inside when you pick a word that makes you feel good. And like I've said, like I might love the color orange and another person might hate the color orange. It's the same with words. It is what we were raised with and how those words ground us to memories. And those memories can be, you can't get rid of them, but you can change them to be more positive. When we fall off our bike, what does that do? It teaches us how to not fall because we're learning to adjust the wheel to keep ourselves upright. And we're going to do the same thing with the words. We're going to pick one or two to really practice. And we're going to work on those and you're going to feel them. It's not just, oh, today I'm going to say, I love Fridays. Okay, well, almost everybody loves Fridays, or I love Mondays, or love might not be the word. You could do, I'm the most productive, or I feel the most at peace, or I choose to be not worrying about the future. So okay, now let's just change that one right now because that was wrong. If you're saying I'm not worrying, you're worrying about the future. So you would change the word instead of worry. You would say, I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for the things that I am learning and growing with. And just by worry, excite, can you feel the difference? And so as we go through our lives, and in my coaching style, not everybody struggles with the same words. And so what I do is listen to you. And when I feel like you're using a word that's pulling you down, we point it out and we try to reframe it. And I don't try to make you change everything at once because that'd be like, voila, the house is clean. And you still, you gotta vacuum the living room and sweep the kitchen. And there's pieces. It comes in pieces. And so by working with these things a piece at a time, you can better master them. And it's like an allergy test. If you react, like if you have food allergies, the doctor takes you onto this extreme bland diet, and then you add things in one at a time to see what you react to. We're going to do it the opposite. We're going to remove things because we're going to feel the ones that are holding us back ahead of time. Like I have an intolerance to milk, and it's only when it's combined with sugar. So if I have something like pudding or flan or sour cream along with something sweet, I will start sneezing and I just stop right up. So the words, you feel it. It hits you. There are words you are sensitive to. And when we start paying attention, just like in diet, just like in things around the home, allergies, cleaning, as we pay attention, we learn those one or two things right then that our bodies or our brains or our emotions don't really like. And then we choose to, or we don't choose, we figure out the right word for us to replace it with. Because I may want to replace it with the word choose. I choose to eat healthy instead of I can't eat noodles because they have wheat and wheat doesn't like me. That's like a limitation, but I choose to have a healthy gut. And so in that choice includes no wheat for me. Go right back to the same thing with the words. We pick the one for you that works, the one that you're going to feel better with. And we're going to practice that one thing all week. And we're going to see how it goes. And then that's the same reason I have our Monday episodes. And I know you don't always listen to them on Monday, which is totally fine. But I love that challenge for the week. And Monday morning, if I can kind of set that piece in my mind and go, okay, this is what I'm going to work on this week, that helps me. My Sunday is my day of do nothing. And I don't want a challenge given to me on Sunday because I'm just going to relax. Well, and it's always my family dinner day. So I love to just spend time making sure that the family can come over and have a great time. We're going to find the words that you use. You can do this all alone because you can feel them. But I have this crazy gift, this gift that I can see how your words are affecting you. And I can kind of help you massage those and change those up. And so that's kind of my goal, like I just know how freeing it is. It's like when you finally find that one thing or that one shirt that's so comfortable that you want to wear it every day. Well, guess what? Nobody notices if you use the same word every day because our words and our vocabulary are the same. But if you wore the same shirt every day, somebody's probably eventually going to say something, which I'm going to go on a tangent here because it's kind of funny. But one of my children, I'm going to guess second or third grade, loved his red Gap shirt. He would not wear anything else. And we had to wash it at night. We had to get it re-ready. And it was just what made him comfortable. Well, Mom tried to do her best at going out and buying more red shirts so he could trade them off. Guess what? They weren't the same. Even though they were Gap shirts too. And I don't even know if they still have Gaps anymore, but even though they were the same brand, same color, same design, the fabric felt different to him. And so we embraced the one shirt. Heck, sure saves a lot on wardrobes. But the whole point of this is when you find the word that makes you feel good, you're going to want to use it and you're going to want to embrace it. But it's tough because we've used those other words for so many years. So we have to do something to stop ourselves right there in the tracks when we say the word that is limiting us and use whatever you need to use to back it up. A lot of people use cancel. I have a friend that used light because they want to look at the light and they don't want to look at the negative of cancellation. I don't care what you use, or you can just go, oops, limiting, fix it, and move on. Because I think I do that sometimes too. But once you say, let's go with hate. Let's just use that word. Oh, I hate this. We just lowered our whole vibration. And so what we want to do is, what word would be better? I'm learning to like this. If it's something you don't want to ever like, then you say, it's something I choose not to have in my life. I choose to disassociate, which when you disassociate, you distance yourself from that thing. When you hate it, you cling to it. So I could beat this horse. Okay, that's rude too. I don't want to beat any horse live or dead, but I can go around and round and round and round, and I can talk about this subject for hours. You know, some people say, what subject can you talk about for 30 minutes or more? Words. How words affect you and how you respond to them is what I can talk to forever. So guess what? You got it. I started a podcast because I like to talk about words. So let's think even when you're kids, okay, so my kids are grown. So if yours are grown too, that's fine. But even grandkids, they can say something. And if you can help them right now, while they're young and their patterns for speaking haven't been fully developed, we can change their words from hate to disassociate. I choose not to be around that is better than I hate that. I hate smoking. I choose to go to restaurants that don't have smoke smell in them. I choose to have a hotel room that doesn't have the smoky smell in it. So they're just different than I hate the smell. All of a sudden, you're lowering that. So if you give yourself the power to choose it, you're going to be able to move, at least not hold on to the negative. And I try really hard not to say there's positive and negatives because it really is just how you feel. So if you absolutely feel great when you say hate or you hate something and it really makes you feel good, then that's your word. But for most of the people in the world, hate is a lower vibrational word. And so really it's tuning into you and the way you feel to pick the words that are best for you. And that's why I'm not a word coach. I would call it a word coach, but nobody would know what that is. So I'm a personal coach, working with ways to make you not limit yourself. So words are important. Everybody responds differently to the words. The way I choose to talk may not enlighten another person, but we've got to allow everybody to be the best version of them they can. And if their words empower them, we need to support them. So I am here to support you on your journey of empowerment and fixing the words that may be holding you back, and switch them up and add something that gives you the desire and feeling of happiness. And I know words can be boring. They're just words and they mean nothing all by themselves. But when you put them together and you use them, they mean a lot. So pick your words wisely. Sit with them when you say something and you go, God, I didn't feel really good when I did that. Sit with it. See if you can find a replacement. But at the same time, it's a lot easier to change one at a time. Pick your words wisely and help your friends understand when they're using a word that hurts you. Just let them know. I know it's something my husband and I talk about. Like it, because I still have body image issues. I still think that the media's version of beauty is what's the most important to try and mirror. So when my husband says, oh my God, she's cute, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts me. Like, I don't want to know that cute is important. I want to know that smart and fun and energetic are important because I don't feel cute and I want to be important. So what I'm asking you is to notice those things that somebody else says and then have the conversation. My husband knows that I suffer from body image. My husband knows that when he says that, I react. And so when I do react because it was said, it's not a surprise. And so it helps both of us. And I cannot take away from him appreciating the beauty, how he sees it. And I can't take those words to think that I am not beautiful. There's a lot. I can see a beautiful pear tree and it's gorgeous. And I can see a beautiful apple tree and it's gorgeous. Or lilies and daisies and flowers, they're all gorgeous. And they're not the same. So when I have to remember when he tells me that, it's just a different flower in the garden and I am still beautiful. So pick the words to feel beautiful and full and enlightened and choose the things you want in life. Have a great day and stay tuned for the next episode. It's queued right up.
Are you tired of waking up exhausted? You are not alone. If you're looking to take your life back, let's start with the simple step of adjusting your self-talk. Stay tuned for the next episode with your host, Lara Jane. Remember to follow the show so you don't miss a next simple step that you can use to feel more confident. And please leave an honest review.